Hey Time Twist Hub fans, was it myth or was it history? For centuries, the story of the Trojan War has fascinated humanity, a tale of love, betrayal, and an epic siege that lasted 10 years. But did it really happen? Today, we'll explore the legend of the Trojan War, its origins, the key players, and the evidence that suggests it might be more than just a myth. The story begins with a beautiful queen, Helen of Sparta, whose face launched 1,000 ships. According to myth, she was abducted or willingly fled, with Paris, a prince of Troy, sparking outrage among the Greeks. Agamemnon, king of Mycenae, led a coalition of Greek forces to retrieve her and destroy Troy. At the heart of this saga are legendary heroes like Achilles, the greatest warrior of the Greeks, and Hector, the noble defender of Troy. Their battles, immortalized in Homer's Iliad, are filled with drama, honor, and tragedy. But at the end of it all, it was cunning, not brute force, that brought Troy to its knees. The Greeks devised a clever ruse, a giant wooden horse presented as a gift. Unbeknownst to the Trojans, it hid soldiers inside. Once night fell, they emerged, opened the gates, and sacked the city, ending the decade-long conflict. But how much of this is fact, and how much is fiction? For centuries, scholars dismissed the Trojan War as pure myth, a poetic invention by Homer. However, discoveries in modern archaeology have challenged this view. In the 19th century, Heinrich Schliemann, a German businessman turned amateur archaeologist, set out to find Troy. Guided by Homer's descriptions, he excavated a site in modern-day Turkey called Hizarlik. There, he uncovered layers of ancient ruins, including a massive fortress-like structure that matched the era of the supposed war, around 1200 BC. While some of Schliemann's methods were controversial, subsequent digs confirmed that Hizarlik was indeed an important settlement during the Late Bronze Age. Evidence of destruction, fire, and warfare suggests that Troy may have been besieged, lending credibility to the idea that the Trojan War could have roots in real events. Still, many questions remain. If the Trojan War happened, why does it feel so mythical? Some historians argue that the war wasn't one grand conflict, but rather a series of smaller raids over resources and trade dominance between Mycenaean Greeks and Anatolian cities like Troy. Over time, these fragmented stories were woven together into a single epic narrative. Others point to cultural exchanges between Greece and the Near East, where similar tales of heroism and divine intervention were common. Could Homer have drawn inspiration from both history and folklore? Regardless, the blending of myth and reality is what makes the Trojan War timeless. It reflects universal themes, human ambition, the cost of war, and the blurred line between fate and free will. Today, the legacy of the Trojan War lives on. It has inspired countless works of literature, art, and film, from Virgil's Aeneid to blockbuster movies like Troy. Archaeological sites continue to reveal new insights about the ancient world, reminding us that even the most fantastical stories can hold grains of truth. So, was the Trojan War myth or history? Perhaps it's both, a tapestry of fact and fiction that continues to captivate us thousands of years later.